Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and I hope I didn't shout too loud then. I got told off last time I streamed. Apparently I was quite loud and the neighbours could hear me through a closed window, so I'll try not to get too excited on this one and we'll keep it nice and subdued, toned down, professional, and we will see where we go. Welcome to the stream, great to have you along. Hello to everyone in the chat, hope you're all well. So what we're going to do, we are here at RAF Lossiemouth. This is the Nick B007 Lossiemouth, of course. Just do a pan across. Where I'm parked up down there is where, as I remember it, 202 Squadron Sea Kings used to park up, and there's a video on YouTube of a Sea King landing, more or less where I am there, but there we go. We can see across the station and across to Lossiemouth town, just up on the hill over there. And if I, by the magic of my buttons here, okay, let's try click there, boof, okay, oh, there we go. We have got some we've got some people. We've got Hawkwind, and that looks awfully like a Spitfire over there, but maybe I'm imagining it. Anyway, there you go, Lossie in all its glory. So let's come back to the just checking that I hadn't left that there. So where are we? We are up here. This is RAF Lossiemouth in the north of Scotland. Used to be home to 202 Squadron Sea Kings, as I say, and they used to do all sorts up around here. There's a fantastic video series on YouTube. It's ITV Rescue, I think it's called, all about what they used to get up to. And look at that, I've got an old flight plan in there. What an amateur, for God's sake, leaving that there. Right, so let's get back to here. Let's now jump in the cockpit. Let's take off our freeze on the head tracking and let's get that sorted out. Right, so in a nutshell, what we are doing here is we have got the high performance group H145, we've got the high performance group action pack expansion, and then layered on top of that we have got the fantastic davierosoft random and anywhere mod, which adds the level of unknown and some more complexity, some more realism in the missions. We've also got the M. Gonzalez sound pack for the H145, and we've also got Kicker's realistic sound mod. So there's quite a lot going on, but it really adds to it, in my humble opinion. So what we're going to do is we're literally just going to see what comes our way. I am not going to, I'll show you some bits and pieces if you've not seen this mod before, but essentially we're going to use it purely for the random and anywhere bit, certainly for the first mission anyway. So I've no idea what it is going to chuck at me. So we'll come over here, we will go to maps and missions, head up to the mission library, random and anywhere missions, and then we'll get that started. Things always seem to work a bit better if you start this before you start the battery in the helicopter. So I'm just going to do that. Let everything burble up. There we go. One thing I'm going to do is let's just adjust. Actually, no, I'm going to leave it there. There's Frank, our able ground crew. We'll select single player. Get the click spot. There we go. So now we can have some battoir. There we go, that tone there telling me that I'd still got my collective lever up, so we'll get some lights on because we're going to start spinning things around. Quick look over here, power up test is working fine. I seem to have a lot of bloom, I noticed this earlier on as well. Not quite sure, but I have a lot of, my displays and everything are very bright, and I've no idea why because I've not adjusted anything. We can adjust that.
Hey, good morning all. Ready for the missions?
Hell yeah! Let's just do that. Okay, so we need to turn on the mission radio.
Hey Frank, good morning.
Sorry fellas, I should have said this is there we go. That's the chaps walking over. So that's our mission radio. We need to connect that
Hi,
up.
Captain.
That's
Helicopter is ready to fly. Logbook filled and signed. If you need refueling, please ask.
That's what links us to...
Thank you, Frank.
That's
I'll check.
Fellas, I'm talking. Please. That's what links us to the ground station, as it were. Okay, so we've done. It's very bright, isn't it? Let's just turn that down a bit as well. There we go. Turn that down. I'm guessing, hoping for you that hasn't made those too dim, but for some reason they seem very bright in mine. Anyway, so we have got that. We've got that. We now need to press that to connect. Connected. That's all come up, and we're good to go. This is the latest version of the mod. There's a few things that have changed. If we get on to doing manual mission, then I'll show you. But it's a lot easier now. It's a lot simpler to find where you want to customize things, because you can either do a completely random mission, as we're going to do for the first thing, or you can have some kind of control over what missions you're flying. If there's a certain mission profile you don't want to do, then you can cancel that out, and all sorts of other things as well. Right, so if you've watched this before, you know how this works. If you've got this mod, you know how it works. But it simulates time as well. So we have connected the radio, so that's all good to go. We can see here that we're connected with the HEMS Operation Center, but time is simulated. So we haven't got a call out yet. If in the real world, we'd still be in the crew room. Probably with, here we go, probably with a cup of tea. And now that this has come through, we're scrambling, we're running to the helicopter, and off we go. We'll have done the full startup checks, or the full checks in the morning, so we're not going to do that. We're going to get going, because we're going to save lives. Right, a person is trapped on a cliff due to fall injuries. Rescue area may require specialized heli rescuers. Okay, so we're going to accept that.
Cabin preparations, please wait.
So while they're doing that, me and my able co-pilot, how you doing, Sunshine, are going to...
Due to impervious conditions of the accident site, we should evaluate to call on board expert heli-rescuers. Use the tablet to decide if we continue alone, or if we take the heli-rescuers on board.
I hate to say it, guys, but, I mean, my crew are pretty good. But where we go...
Cabin checks finished, we're set to go.
Pick up point distance, okay, so that's good. So down here, we're going to pick up the heli rescuers. The shout is 33.08 nautical miles away, and our heli rescuers are 2.2 nautical miles from the accident site. So we will do that. So that's all good to go. So why are we doing that? Well, it's kind of simulating picking up mountain rescue, I guess. We're picking up some mountain rescue specialists that we might need to do our thing. Right, so let's just zoom out. There we go. Zoom out a bit more, and this shows you where we are going. So we're going to be heading down towards the Loch Ness area, and this is our location here, and that's where we're going to pick up our heli rescuer. Okay. Right, so that's a good. Zoom in again. That's fine. Right, fella, let's start up. So, God, last time I think I was 1-2, so this time I'll do 2-1.
Preparing for engine starting sequence. 2-1.
Thank you. Off we go. Hello, everybody. Sorry, this is my first chance to look at the chat. Oh, wow. Good to see so many people here. Northern Air, welcome. Aidan, good to see you. T-Play, good to see you. Guy, as always, good to see you. I have actually got the links in now, Guy, but I don't know where you are. Right, sorry, mate. He's out there saying, for God's sake, will you just crank that engine? What's help from the Navy? Guy. This is the Royal Air Force search and rescue operation here. We're quite capable of looking after it ourselves, thank you. And I think you'll find that the heli rescuers are actually RAF Mountain Rescue.
Ready to go. Good day.
I'll shut up so you can hear the engine. So looking down, M1's rising, and we have got Oil pressure rising. Cheers, Frank. If you're missing breakdancing Steve,
Engine
by the way,
started successfully. Moving to
breakdancing
other engine.
Steve is on the other side of the hangar. He embarrassed us last time, so we're not giving him the airtime this time.
Engine clear.
Thank you. Okay. James saying you're not getting any sound from me. Can anyone else confirm that you can hear me? Are you getting sounds? Looks like from OBS that it's
All
transmitting
engines
sounds.
started successfully.
Guy, are you telling
Hold
me
on.
that I
Performing leak checks.
downloaded the links and I'm not going to see you? Right, engine started. Let's stop messing about. Avionics on standby battery. D-series 6 for the guys in the back so they can do their thing. We'll have that on. It's live time and weather, so I'm going to get some lights on just in case it starts to get a bit dark. That's all good, that's all good. Happy with that. Right, fella.
Okay, all good.
Okay. Something I will do because I always forget until it's too late. We are going to turn the
TOS system test okay.
that off. Reason being, when you are flying a helicopter in the Scottish Highlands, it goes off all the time. Right, what else are we going to do while I remember it? We need to come into here and my mind is suddenly gone. Yep, it's not there. It's there. And we set that. So we're using the Microsoft Flight Simulator as our nav source because that's where our mission map is going to be pumping out the jams from. I don't know why I said pumping out the jams. Okay, and then I'm going to cycle the Garmin, which for some reason is something you have to do. You see we've got a blue line there, we've got a distance there, so that's all good to go. We can bring all our autopilot stability systems online. Right, quick look down. Everything's good, apart from our engines, which we can now bring up to flight. Just watching the engines there, make sure that's okay. Yeah, that's all good. Okay, so we'll pop you over there. We'll have you there. Let's have the strobes on. Right. Aidan, there will be no karaoke tonight, sunshine. No karaoke whatsoever. We've got a hovering bonanza. It could well be, by the way, we're seeing things at different heights. I've got the Nick B007 Lossiemouth in, so if there's mesh differences, that might be why we're seeing that. Why we're seeing a hovering bonanza, I don't know. It's obviously an aircraft that I don't have. Right, Frankie boy, we're off. So, quick check of that. Quick look down. Everything is good. Happy with that. Let's go. Where's the wind? So I'm going to have to lift and go that way. It's a shame, it looks like multiplayer with the H160 and H145 isn't showing the rotors turning, which is a bit of a shame.
VTOS.
Okay, let's just pick up some transitional lift.
VY.
Head off on course. Lossiemouth looking splendid this evening, even though it's a little bit murky. the speed, so we're past VY now. I'm going to pop it on course to the autopilot couple very quickly. The clever little heli-whopper is now flying itself. And I'm just checking to see that everything's connected up. Sometimes the nav source, if you've been playing around with things, it'll lose the default nav source and it'll go back to the TDS, but by the look of it we're okay. But I'm just going to keep an eye on that as we intercept that line. I am just going to keep an eye on that, and I'm just using the beep trim on the collective just to give us a bit more height, because we're going into the lumpy bumpy stuff. Keeping the speed just above VY. Have to be awfully careful. I don't know if it's something funny going on in MSFS 2024, but it's very easy to overtalk the engine. If you're going too fast on the autopilot and you try and climb too much or too quickly, all of a sudden you're over-talking and in a whole world of hurt. Aren't we? How you doing, boys? You right in the back? Yes. Well done, lads. There we go, intercepting that line nicely. Shame you can't use the Huey for this. Yes, you can't beat a bit of rotor slap. The Huey rotor slap is legendary. Good God, it's the Bonanza. Who is guilty of the Bonanza? It's probably too close. It's Riostorm. Riostorm, if you're in the chat, what are you flying, mate? Just wondering which helicopter I haven't got loaded in. To cut a very long story short, I had a bit of an accident a few weeks ago trying to do a BIOS update, lost everything, had to reinstall everything. Oh, there's a Huey, look at that. And the rotor's not turning on the Huey either, that's a shame. That is a shame. Who's that? Aidan, good to see you. Yeah, so I had to reinstall everything, so I'm kind of bit by bit just checking what I've got. Ironically, Aidan, I spent some time trying to get the Chinook in, but it looks like you're in the Huey, which does look rather good. It's just a shame the rotor's on today. I wonder if that's something that they will sort out. T-Player, I'm Firestorm, I find Kawasaki BK1. Ah, okay, yeah, I haven't got that. Haven't got it. It's a shame, isn't it, that the in-sim model matching isn't better. You know, that it doesn't give you a more realistic kind of switch. It's one of the great things about Join FS was that you could do a bit more with it. There is the mod. I must admit, I've not tried to see if the multiplayer mod works in 2024. Does anyone know if it works? Anyone in the chat? Anyone in the chat who has used multiplayer matching in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, hold up your hand and shout out. I've just been lazy and haven't installed it. Yes, backup Huey. Backup Huey, very capable. Very nice helicopter. It cannot hold as many team medals as the Chinook, but nonetheless, it is a thing of beauty. That's for sure. Right, quick look down. So we have got to go. Yeah, I want to, as we get closer, just need to keep an eye because we've got to pick up our heli rescue. So now that we are at altitude, I'm just going to gently nudge the speed forward using the beat trim on the cyclic. Again, not whacking in too much too quickly because I don't want to over-egg it. Because it is incredibly easy to do. Hello, what have we got up here? Mazinki in the H160. Hello. I love that H160. It's such a shame that we don't have the action pack for the H160. That'd be rather good. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Northern Air. Brilliant. I need to stop being lazy and get it installed. Should we have a look outside? There's RAF Kinloss. If anyone's old enough to remember, but at the moment, as you can see with the pilots, the visors, the anti-glare visors are showing through the glass of the cockpit as if there's no barrier, there's no kind of filtering. And I have to say, while it is like this, the front of the H160 reminds me an awful lot of Gonzo. Gonzo, or is it just me and my warped imagination? Beautiful helicopter. I am absolutely addicted to this helicopter, there is no doubt about it. Right, okay, so let's just, there we go, I'm just going to lock off head tracking for a moment. There we go, then we can have a look. So, quick update, 43 years old male, person is trapped on a cliff due to fall injuries. Rescue area may require specialised heli-rescuers. Waiting info about rescue vehicles present. Symptoms, angina pectoris. Now, if you know your Latin, that means something of the chest. So, but anyway, I'm imagining that's, could that be something to do with the heart? I know angina is to do with the heart. Pectoris, chest. The heart's in the chest. Search and rescue. Received position is the last position before contact lost. Exact location is actually unknown, so we've got to find it. I love doing search and rescue. It's kind of very fitting for this 202 Squadron repaint by Demo Designs, by the way. Lovely repaint, and a big thank you to Guy for pointing it out to me. I can't believe I never actually looked for it enough to find it, and there it is. I have there. You can't see it because of the blue light, but that's the seeking for this repaint, and it's one of Historic Helicopters charges, which is who Guy works for. To say he's not very well. He's not very well. When your angina is pectoris, you know you're in a bit of trouble. Right, let's go back to the map. Medical diagnostic page, not expecting much on there at the moment, but we can quickly talk about this. So this is the detailed information on how the patient is doing. At the moment we haven't found him, so we're not really going to have anything there. So for example, we've got status upon medical arrival unknown because no one's there yet. Patient assigned emergency code 5. That does say 5. I guess because no one's got there yet. If it was 1, it would be immediate risk of death. Code 2, immediate risk of serious injury. And code 3, no risk to life. And then down here we've got a life score, which again is an indication of how they're doing, because their situation, their condition will deteriorate potentially over time, which again is what makes this so cool. You don't just drive to point B, it triggers a message saying you have collected your patient, and then you drive to point C. Drive, fly, for God's sake, it's a flight sim point. Get your terminology right. It will simulate the fact that while you're flying to the hospital, the patient might be deteriorating. It might get a bit better as well. It's not always doom and gloom. Right, let's go back to the map. So this is where our heli rescuer is. So we need to go and pick him up. he will, if it's anything like I did a quick test mission earlier to check that all my builds are working together, and if it's anything like before, well, let's see what we find when we get there anyway. Right, let's get rid of the POI, let's follow the aircraft, and let's get back into, there we go. So we're coming up to some high ground. Let's stick in some more altitude. And again, I'm just going to be very careful with because you're going quite fast, so I don't want to pull too much pitch. See that red line almost just started creeping down there, so I'm just ever so gently just nudging the hat switch on the collective just to give us a little bit of a climb. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. I don't just randomly go, yeah. Just reading what Guy was saying. How many Sea Kings have you got that are actually airworthy, Guy?
500.
Just look at the detail on the ground here. Insane. Just going to pop in the... There we go, just popping the tools. So hopefully we won't get warnings, but we'll just pop that into there. Keeping the climb in. And if it does get a bit hairy, I'll just yank it off autopilot. The detail is just absolutely bloody insane with this sim. Okay. Should have anticipated the higher ground a little bit better. Might have to go manual and just rack it around a bit. No, Binky, I wish someone would. I would, a study level seeking would just be a slice of heaven. Especially if you were able to fly, you know, search and rescue and that kind of thing. I never really flew helicopters much in the sim until I got the. Sorry, I'm kind of trying to fly and talk at the same time. Okay. Cautious there because the helicopter's behaving a little bit strangely. There we go. So we just over talked a little bit there, so I've taken back manual control, just pitching, pulling the cyclic back a little bit just to lose some speed, just so that we're not over egging it. One doesn't wish to take the piscine. French now saying, why is he talking about swimming pools? So I'll keep flying manually now. We can see up ahead on the central MFD on the map. We can see where our heli rescuer is. Five flyers, 2 Mark 4 junglies, 2 Mark 3. That is quite a collection,
Watch out!
isn't it?
Reduce collected! Now!
There we go. That's what happens when you forget you're meant to be flying a search and rescue mission and you start reading the chat. That's how easy it is to overtalk it. Okay, let's... There we go. I thought I knocked it off autopilot, but plainly not. So we can see our figure over there. Quite a nice evening. This is live weather and live time. 12 knot wind. behind us. So I'm going to come over here and we'll just do a kind of a quick recce just to see if we can see where our chap is. If it's anything like the one earlier, it's a little more obvious when you get quite close. Too slow. We've still got some distance to go, sunshine.
We will be first on scene.
Well, I should hope so, old chap. We're search and rescue, and we're expensive. Be a little bit disappointed if someone was already there. It kind of defeats the object in a way. Of course not. That's a silly thing to say. So just keeping an eye on that figure over there. I had the scale of the map different.
2 nautical miles from pickup location.
So I thought we were closer than we actually are, and I just realised that with the scale of the map that I've got, we were still quite some distance. So let's scoot over here. Automatically zoomed in, but I'm going to use the map in the centre MFD now just to guide us into the locale of where the...
I set a possible hospital destination for our patient. Infos are available on tablet. We can confirm or change later.
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site.
Right, where is our fella? Hoping he's not right in the middle of all these trees, because that would be a little bit thoughtless of him, unless he's one of those specialist tele-rescuers that likes banging up through tree branches on the end of a winch. Okay. Right, where's the wind? So he's down there. There he is. So we can see the mountain rescue vehicle, and we've got a very helpful guy who is, I don't know if you can see him, but he's aligned in a position where he's showing us where the wind direction is coming from. Let's close the tablet. Just going to land on their football field. There's our heli rescuers. Note the uniform guy when we get down there. And we're
nice
doing.
landing.
Just to idle.
Rear crew, prepare for
Looks like
ground
he's going
operation.
to do the YMCA. Maybe Maybe he will. So now we just got to wait for the heli rescuers. So they're waiting for the rotors to wind down. Health and safety first, always. Remember that.
Helicopter in position. Rear crew,
Cabin
you are clear
secured,
to start
ready to fly.
operations.
Here's our man. He's just saying goodbye to the fella there. I'm just going to lock that off there, open that. So this is quite good. We're not far at all from the location, which is quite handy. Right. So he's in, his mate's going to stay there. So that's all good. I'm just having a quick look around. Just checking that everything's working. There's nothing more embarrassing than suddenly finding that you're broadcasting to nobody because it's switched off. Right. Okay, that's all set. That's all set. He's on board. Tracking is sorted out. Engines to flight. Look over here. Slurp of coffee. Still good to go. You ready to go? Well done, that's the spirit. That's what we like, a good positive attitude. So, take off into wind, some speed.
VTOS. VY.
Let's come round. One of the things that I love about doing search and rescue in this is that you're, obviously as the pilot, your focus is very much on flying the helicopter. As a result of that, it's not always easy to be going, oh, where is he? Where's he gone? But your crew will help you to do that, which I think is just... I mean, it really is incredible, this mod. The H145 with the action pack itself is just excellent. The mod adds these layers onto it. It's free. It's just mind-boggling. It really is. And the attention to detail. Andrea, who wrote it, is a helicopter flying instructor in real life, and his attention to detail is just mind-blowing. Okay, so we're going to go to the last known position. Just have a look and see if there's anything around. So, keeping on manual. Just bring us over here. So we fell down a cliff face. I suspect he's fallen down a cliff face. Hey Hans, how you doing? Hope all is good with you, Sal. Anyone sees anything, shout. Is that? No? So we're coming up in the last known position. Not seeing anything. So let's have a look down here. Of course, it does not help with these trees. Keep your eyes peeled, crew. Said cliff face. Just doing the obvious thing and checking along the cliff faces. See on the map in the middle, that red circle is our kind of search area. So what I'm going to do now is come over this way. Contouring round this high ground. Try over here as well. The sun is quite low, which could make things a bit tricky unless we find them soon. I haven't mapped my searchlight yet, so that could be a bit difficult. Very quiet. Where I've tracked before, just going to come in a little bit. See if I can pick anything up. Fuel is not too bad, but I have a feeling that what we'll probably do is we'll almost certainly end up taking the casualty to Raigmore, and then we'll pop over to Inverness Airport and refuel. Okay, so we're coming up on a point there that we've already been to. I'm going to come over here. It did say cliff face, so this is very much less a cliff face, unless, of course, it could be all the way over here, although I doubt it. There's a lot of roads to cross, crawling from the cliff over there, the last known position. We can just have a sweep, just in case. Yeah, Magnus, I don't know. Well, I think I know why. I think it's because the Pipe Operations Center is like a PC app. I don't think it's a separate piece of software that you run. So I think maybe that's why it's not on Xbox. Perhaps. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do with the MH60. Oh, I thought I saw something there. I don't think he's going to be here. I have a feeling, gut feeling, I'm going to go back to the last known position. Pitch to get us over the top. West. The sun is getting very low, isn't it? Just had a feeling then any minute the crew were going to call out that they could see him. I'm a little surprised they didn't. Okay, so we'll head over this way. Trying to really make best use of covering the terrain without overlapping. Come on, lads, where is it? This is why doing this kind of flying is actually quite good practice as well. It really does give you a purpose to fly helicopters. Hello? Now, we've got you can see the square and a dot has appeared. That means that the mission software has found something, but we've not had a call out yet. So
I believe we found something. Check on tab. I believe we found something. Check on tab.
okay.
Yes, confirmed. We found our target.
Let's have a look. I think this is definitely going to be a winch. There. Okay, so I need to have a look at some things. So we've got into autopilot hover mode. As I begin hoisting, come on.
We are reasonably close.
Rear crew, prepare for hoist operation.
We have to hoist 3 to ground. Rescuer will be the first to clear the area. We are too high.
Right, let's have a look. So, I'm going to zoom in a little bit on there. rudder pedal just
We
to
are
see if
too
I can
high.
just scoot over. So I've got the helicopter autopilot in hover mode, and I'm just using the cycling trim, beep trim now, just to EQ zone a little bit.
We are too high.
I still can't see. I'm going to trust in the crew.
We are too high.
That's interesting. I did some new mapping earlier. Sorry, that was someone just subscribed. Whoa! Rita Weber, thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated.
We are too high.
Yeah, I need to change the mapping on my... Long story short, I had old style mapping on my cycling trim, and I need to reverse my longitudinal,
50 meters.
because I was tapping forward on my thing and we were actually going backwards.
We are too high.
I still can't see where Matey Boy is. So I'm going to bring us over
We are
slightly.
too high.
I want to find a good spot to lower the crew down onto. So I'm just going to, that's a relatively good area there.
We are too high.
Come over there. Yeah. Just tap that forward. I'm just flying the helicopter with the
We are too high.
beam trim. Now I'm going to lower us down a bit and they can start winching.
We are too high. We are too high.
Surely not.
Position is good. Hold position.
Okay, collective is in the right spot.
Operator is getting close. Hold position.
There he goes. Go on, brave lad. Down you go. Don't worry about the tree. I need to jump in because I can see the helicopter. Right, he's on the ground.
Hoist
Left.
is running up.
There we go.
We
Cool.
have to increase distance and height until the rescue area is secure.
I love how the crew talk to you. It's so cool. Martin Lucy Grant, thank you for subscribing. It's much appreciated. This channel isn't monetized. I just do it for fun, and it's always nice when people want to sign up to watch more. Can you explain beam trim? Well, basically, what I'm doing is I'm just the hat switches on my cyclic and my collective. I'm just using those instead of in flight. You'd be using them to trim the helicopter as you would do in a fixed-wing aircraft. But when it's in a different autopilot mode, it will do different things. And in this case, I'm just using it to very subtly move about when it's in the hover mode. That GTCH on the top here means that the autopilot is in hover mode, but we can still fly. It's a little bit like with the old Sea Kings. The winch master in the back there would have a handheld thing with a little joystick on it. He could do the same kind of thing with the helicopter to position it. How are we doing? Must have I thought he said that they were low. They were dropping 3, but looks like one has gone down. We could actually go and have a look. Should we go and have a look? Might get the right. No. Yeah, we'll do. Very sensitive rotation on the listener. Tricky to find. There's the helicopter. There's the helicopter. I find him in all the trees.
Operator is getting close. Hold position.
So, okay, let's focus. Got another chap going out. Oh, we got another chap going out.
Hoist is running down.
So we just need to be careful. Need to focus. Not to mess about. Once he's off the.
Personnel on ground and disconnected.
There we go. Once
Hoist
he's off,
is running up.
now he's off the cable. I'm just
Hold
going to
position.
move us over this way a bit. See the helicopter moving? I'm just using the cycling trim. Sparky, how you doing, mate? You're at work. God bless you.
Dock is getting hooked.
There's the doctor. Salute.
Hoist is running down.
There he goes. So yeah, it said 3 people, and that's the 3rd. So not messing about. So we've got a heli rescuer, we've got our onboard doctor, and we've got our
Medic on
onboard
ground. Disconnected. Hoist is running up.
medical technician who's got with him as well. So watching
Hoist is
the
clear.
speed there, and yeah, must remember.
Hook is in. Hook boom is retracted. You are free to leave hover.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, because hovering uses an awful lot of energy, we're going to come out of the hover and we will get to queuing. And just wait for them to do their thing.
$50 meters.
The sun's getting down. Really am beginning to wish I had mapped the searchlight. Give me a bet. It's just come up with that message because we've just moved away from the search site.
500.
Yes, Manic Miner, exactly. Exactly. That's what is mapped in the sim. With the old assignments pre-helicopters in MSFS, it was a you had to map it to prop lever and aileron trim. I seem to remember, but now that it's got specific helicopter assignments, you don't need to do that. And that's what I did today. For some reason, out of old habit, I'd set it up for using the old settings, and I put it onto the new settings today.
500.
Give me the map back. Come on. And yeah, the longitudinal is the wrong way around. Which is why I was thinking, why the hell are we not getting any closer to that target? Oh, hello. Vortex ring state nearly entered there. Right. I'm going to lock off that. I'm trying to get... Come on. There we go. Right, let's get the map back. Okay, that's interesting. Really interesting. It seems to have lost the map. So if I can get it back. I suspect that what's happened, because we've left the area, it's a bit sticky about getting back onto the map page, but that's fine. We can figure that out. Be a little bit tricky if I can't get the map back. Interesting. The reason I want the map back is because I need to see the messages from the crew. And without those, it's a little bit tricky to know what's going on. So I'm going to take us back to our casualty, in the hope that that will allow us to view the map again. Never done that before, but I don't know how many times I say it, it's always on a stream when it does something unusual. And then flyer from Albuquerque, hello. Welcome.
We are too far.
So just stabilise.
We are too high.
Get out, and I really want that map. Give me the map.
50 meters.
Yeah, it's not going to give me the map. Okay.
20. We are too high.
I want to see if I can get that map back. The crew haven't called us back yet.
We are too high.
Okay, so it will let me look at the hospital with the map. Okay.
We are too high.
So that's fine. So now that I've got that, there we go. Yes! Tricked it. I've woken you up. Ground operation completed. Right, so they're ready for us now. That's what I needed to see. I needed to see if they were ready for us. So let's head back over. So let's take it out of hover mode for the time being.
We are too high.
Override on cycling trim and Bosch. I'm just going to slide us over.
We are too high. 50 meters. We are too high. 20. 10. Backward.
Into hover mode. You
We are
stabilise.
too high.
So yeah, that sight picture looks kind of like it was before. So again, just using the hat switch just to bump us over, and let's lose some height.
We are too high.
I know we are, old boy, but you may feel that sinking feeling in your stomach as us descending. Just be very careful with the cycling.
We are
so
too high.
we don't go into vortex ring state.
Hold position.
Holding.
Hold position. Hoisting setup is underway and almost finished. Set hover conditions. Hold
Yeah.
position.
Just going to scoot over a bit. It's telling me to hold position.
Hoist 3 to helicopter.
We're right over the trees there, so I'm kind of being kind to the crew. I don't want the crew to be having a tree limb massage on the way up. That looks good.
Hoist 1 plus stretcher. Hoist is running down.
Okay, quick look. Yeah, so it's Regmore in Inverness, which is fine. That's where I was hoping. Just checking that that's all stable. There we go. Oh, that's funny. It's showing the animations on the other helicopters. So they're winching while I'm winching. There he goes. It's like Santa Claus. There's my fella coming up with the casualty.
Hoist is up. Personnel is strapped in.
Fuel stain. Excellent. We've still got 2 more to get. While we're doing this, while we're hovering, obviously we're using a huge amount of power to stay in the hover. There's no
Hoist is running down.
no transitional lift at all. So this is where the helicopter is just really burning through the power. So it's saying 52 minutes
Hoist is
endurance.
running up. Personnel is getting hooked.
So number 2 coming up. Right, mate. There we go.
Hoist is
Well
up.
done.
Personnel is strapped in.
Binky, you've got to. Honestly, it's so addictive. Doing this kind of stuff, especially in nice terrain, is so damn addictive, and it gives you a real purpose to fly. Just so the only thing I'm really controlling now is the cycling. Just trying to make sure that we maintain a vertical
Hoist is
position.
running down.
There we go. So our third crew member is about to come up. Time for a quick sip of coffee. Then Regmore
Hoist
is
is running up. Personnel is getting hooked.
6.5 nautical miles away. And then we can jump to Inverness and
Hoist is up. Personnel is strapped in.
get some fuel.
Hook is in. Hook boom is retracted. You are free to leave hover.
There we go. Right, let's get going. So quickly, while
Cabin secured. Ready to fly.
come on, medical diagnostic page. So now we've got a bit more information. So Bryce Cole is his name, 43 years of age. He fell from a cliff, ouch. He's responsive, he's emergency code 3, which means he's actually no risk to life. Patient condition 67, which is pretty good. And we've got his heart rate 85 beats per minute and oxygen 98.1%. So yeah, all good. And of course, he's about to have a ride, courtesy of His Majesty's Royal Air Force, to the hospital. But first of all, we've got to drop off our heli rescuer. Okay, no, it's not telling us to do that. When I did this earlier on, it said to drop the heli rescuer off, so that's fine. I've got a sneaky feeling that might pop up once we get going. So let's just wind that out. I reckon they're going to want us to take him back, but let's see. So let's get some height. Whacking in the cyclic override and autopilot off. Get out of it. Watching the... Oh, let's just take avoiding action there. Some speed. So we're not far from Raigmore at all. Binky, it's not involved at all really, it's just make yourself a brew and run through the instructions on the website, on the page on flightsim.to, and just do it in the correct sequence and you can't go wrong. And if you have a look at the channel, the most recent video that I posted on there, I'm not talking about streams, but the most recent video that I posted on there is like an overview of how to install, so that might help.
$500.
So how are we looking? Feels okay. Engine's running nicely. It's a lady. Forest hovering. Very nice. As hovering as go, forest hovering is one of the nicest. Mountain forest hovering. So that's Inverness on the nose. The Mamu power lines installed. I did have the Orbex ones, but I must admit the Mamu ones are much better. When I bought the Orbex one, I thought it was the Mamu one, but it's not. They're great for flying helicopters because it makes you watch out for twangy things that can twang you back from whence you came. So, where's the wind? It's over there. I don't know if you can see it. I can see it, but there is a police station near the hospital. It's got a ruddy, great big mast on it, so I can see it. So I'm just looking in the direction the wind is in and just making sure that I don't bang into the mast on the way. people having their bank holiday
2
barbecues.
nautical miles from the hospital.
In the UK, it's a bank holiday weekend, which means that we've got tomorrow off. Apart from poor old Sparky, who's working now. Sparky, I do feel for you, mate. I do hope you're getting some time off in lieu for this. Yeah, those super jolly greens are something else. I would love to have a crack at flying something like that in this. Okay, so I'm just going to come back on the speed a little bit. A little bit fast approaching in. I can see the helipad now. I can see the wind. We've got a building which is not quite in the way, but it's
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site.
not optimal, so we're going to have to come in over the car park. Just see the windsock now. There's the hospital on the right. There's the accommodation box on the left. There's that mast. Maintain visibility with everything and not come in too low over the car park. Let's face it, you're probably not in the best of moods coming to the hospital anyway, but to have some Herbert fly over you and blow your hat off, it's not going to make you feel any better, is it? So just clearing the building, keeping the descent in. Chaps, clearing the building. One thing that really would be great in this is if your crew members gave you obstacle clearance and clearance to the ground. That would be really cool.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations. Nice landing.
There we go. Okay, so engines to idle. Tablet out. Hello. Let's have the picture of Shane. How far off the centre are we? Not too bad, but could be better. Could be better, sunshine. A bit more to the left next time, please. There's the hospital crew coming over.
Helicopter in position. Rear crew, you are clear to start operations.
We'll shut down the engine this time. Strobe off. Light off. Just going to do this to conserve battery. Okay.
Patient has been deboarded to the hospital and is safe.
Well, thank you. Right, so I'm going to now do a little trick, which means we can leave our mission radio on while turning the battery in the aircraft off. This is a little trick in this aircraft. We haven't got ground power, but what that essentially is simulating is that in the real world you might have some kind of handheld radio, or you'd have a mobile phone so you could keep in touch with the rescue center. We can't do that in the sim, so this is how we simulate it, using the ground power switch, keeping our radio in. So now when I disconnect the battery, we still have power, and we're still connected. And what it's simulating now is bleeding heck, here. Okay, we've got some PT going on, calisthenics or whatever it's called. So the crew are going off now to do the paperwork. So they're doing the handover as they would do in real life. They'd go in and they'd say hello to the doctors in there and say, right, we've got this guy, he fell down a cliff. He's got angina pectoris. And the doctor would say, hang on a minute, did you say he's got angina pectoris? And the guy'd say, mate, how many times? Angina pectoris. So everyone knows what's going on. And as the hero pilots, we just get to sit here and look cool. Yeah, I don't think he gets it. David, UK, is ground effect better modelled in 2024? It's very hard to say. I've not flown a helicopter in real life. I've flown fixed wing, but I've not flown a helicopter. So I don't have anything to... I've got nothing scientific to base ground effect on. Yeah, and I don't know how I can describe it. I certainly feel when coming into land that you reach a point where there is ground effect, or there's a change in the behaviour that you have to be careful of. But I can't give you a scientific answer to that, if I'm quite honest. I'm not qualified to say, well, actually, I think you'll find the ground effect on this is very, very optimal. Yeah, that guy's going there to steal that Huey. Hang on a minute. No. Aiden, I knew that was you. Orbital. Cheers, mate. Good to have you along. Cheers, Binky. Thanks for joining. Where have they gone? Something you can do, by the way, is that you can recall. You can recall the guys now. Skip the paperwork, so it you know, it means that you're not sitting for so long. And I think I might well do that because we are on a stream after all, and I'm sure you don't want to be waiting for paperwork. So we're going to skip paperwork. Our crew are coming back. Right, Vela? He's alright.
Cabin secured, ready to fly.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to end the mission. But what we will do is, I just need to submit the report. There we go. Be interested to see if that clears. I think it's saying go back to meeting point because it's giving us the choice if we wanted to go back and drop the heli rescuers off to be able to do that. But we need to get some fuel. What's the time? Should we do another mission? Yes, Guy. I don't know if you're asking me.
Preparing for engine starting sequence. 1,
definitely 2. The Mark 7 is what I have. I haven't tested it, but I downloaded it and it's in my folder.
Area clear. Ready to start engine 1.
Cheers, Mazinki. Good to have you along, mate. So Inverness isn't far at all. So, in the chat, what do you think? Should we fly another mission? We've got to refuel. Just top up a little bit. Well, what do you reckon? Should we get to Inverness and then call it a night? Or should we do another mission and see what it throws at us?
Engine started successfully. Moving to other engine.
Cheers, James.
Engine clear.
to. Level rising.
All engines started successfully.
Excellent, that's what we like. Quick look down here.
Hold on, performing leak checks.
Right, mate, don't worry, we're not going to go without you. He does get a little bit nervous. Let's have the strobe on, and now let's bring everything back on again. We're already there.
Okay, all good.
Thank you, my friend.
TOS system test OK.
There we go, so that's all set up, and now we can go back into here. Oh, I know what I need to do. Let's come back into there, and then we will come back into there. We will come out of that, so it's completely fresh. And what the hell was I going to do? My mind completely went then. Mind completely went. Oh yeah, I need to check what my nav source is set to. That's what I was going to do. Unit 1 co-pilot, that's that, that's all good. Engine's winding up now. I'm going to cycle the Garmin. It's not picking up the nav. Let's try that, even though I haven't got it set to that. No. Okay, so the Garmin's not talking to the nav. I'll cycle this one. No. Cycle that one again. No. There you go, because you had the CDI in the wrong thing. Idiot. Amateur. Right, so let's kill that. Jesus. There's only one thing worse than the flying Bonanza, and that's a hovering Bonanza, or it's a hovering Airbus. Right.
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Too low terrain.
Right, let's shut
Two-
you up. I probably will, Lonty, yeah. I'm quite looking forward to seeing what it's like. I must admit, I probably won't buy it straight away. I'll see how it's received first. I'm a little bit wary of going out and buying it and then not flying it, or finding out that it's not brilliant. So I'm going to see what people think of it first before I rush out and spend my wonga. Guy, are you using a repaint? It's the only other thing I can think that might be causing it. Unless MSFS multiplayer is just completely so messed up at the moment that even though I've got the same aircraft, it's not showing. Cheers, Lons. It'd be interesting to know what you think of it. Okay. Okie. Oh, hang on. Did you say you're in the beta, guy? I wonder if that's what's causing it. So I think what we'll do is we will go to the air ambulance section. I'm sure the nice chaps there will give us some fuel. Ah, the Osprey's an interesting one. Just out of interest, have you got the... I forget who the developer was. Have you got the Osprey in the sim? It's an NM Flyer. Yeah, I don't know, Guy, then. I don't know what's causing that. And Aidan, I think Aidan said he's not seeing you either, so it sounds like multiplayer's gone a little bit awry. I'm now using a 5090 Martin, but only in the last few weeks. I was using a 3080 Ti before that. There's the Bristow's door pillars in the way. There's the Bristow's area over there, and the air ambulance bit is here. Conscious that I have got multiplayer on, so I want to vacate the runway quickly in case someone has just spent 5 hours doing a full IFR ATC flight and then some idiot is blocking the way, yakking on a helicopter. They've got a portaloo right next to the one of the helipads here. Imagine being in the thunderbox there on a dark night, and all of a sudden a helicopter comes and lands right next to you. Listen, mate, I know you're very brave, but I really wouldn't stand there if I was you. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's back it up a bit. There we go. Right. So, we're going to do a hot refuel. I shall wind the engines down to idle. I can see a guy, did he update the 2020 version? Okay, I've got the 2024 version of the Chinook, for sure. Lonzy, you will get it easily, trust me. It's just the old boring thing of practice, practice, practice. But yeah, you'll be laughing. Right. Okay, let's come out of here. Let's refuel. So let's go 50% again. I don't know where it's going to take us. Let's go 50%. So we've got our fuel. That's all good to go. We are in engines are in idle. We've got our radio on and it's connected, so we can go back in. Let me lock off the head tracking. Now let's go back in. That didn't lock off, did it? There we go. It's locked off now. Random and anywhere. Booth. Yeah, definitely don't rush it. Just some of the best advice I had was tiny movements and try and reduce the amount of movements that you make. It's almost like meditating. Just get into that zone where you're almost trusting the helicopter but controlling it, and small movements, and try and reduce the number of them. I got that from I was very lucky to get some tuition from a real world helicopter instructor. Right, just quickly catching up. Okay, so Guy's got the 2024 version as well. That doesn't make sense. No T-player, I haven't. Potrod, I have to have a look there. I have flown around Slovakia, but not recently, and not in helicopters. But yeah, I bet that's beautiful. Okay. Right, single player, and it's going to do the same thing again. It's going to connect, so we'll see what it comes up with. Yeah, honestly, with helicopters, it's just patience. It really is. But it's so damn rewarding. I can't tell you enough. All I ever used to fly was Warbirds and the occasional GA, and I am absolutely addicted to this now. Worker has been injured by a payloader in a quarry. Bucket hit him during manoeuvres. How embarrassing. So
Cabin preparations, please wait.
We'll do that. Right, lads in the back are getting the bandages and the Mars bars ready. We've already got our engine spooled up, haven't we, Sunshine? Yeah, well done. So we just need the lads in the back to do their thing.
Cabin checks finished. We're set to go.
Okay, that's all good to go. So let's go back into there. So we've got a blue line, that's good. We've got a line there, that's good. That means that we're connected. And where are we going? So we're going, up there, just north of Black Isle. Excellent. Not too far at all. Perfect for one more mission. One more mission to keep us going. Right. Get rid of POI. Center on the aircraft. We are ready to aviate. Quick look down. Everything is fine. We just need to come up to flight. We've refueled. Engines are looking fine. Oil pressure is fine. T's and P's are good. Quick look down here. That's okay. Radio connected. And everything else is tickety-boo. Okay, let's go. Quick look around. Wind. What is the wind? 3 knots. Nothing. Up here, 3 knots. 3 knots is naut. Right, so I'm just going to watch that on 145 so I don't bang into him, because that's kind of where I'm going to be going. So I'm just going to back up a bit to get out of his way. And then swing it round gently. It reminds me, actually, I think the rudder is one of the things I find, if I've not been flying helicopters for a while, and especially if I've been doing some time in the warbirds and
VTOS.
then come back onto the helicopters. The minute
V1.
inputs that I put into the anti-torque pedal, I should say, compared to flying warbirds is it's almost like you have to zone back into it because it's so sensitive, and you've also got to anticipate where it's going to go. So put a bit of boot in, but then anticipate where it's going, and then it's very hard to describe. I realise
Don't sink.
I'm trying to describe it, and
Don't sink. Don't sink.
go away, and it's not good. So here we go. Let's come back into here, back into there. MSFS is set as the nav source, so that's good. Just coming over Arthur. Oh, Fort George. Should we have a quick look at Fort George? Patient could wait. Keep meaning to do this. A little bit of stuttering there. The lighting is just beautiful. Quick look at Fort George. Still an active garrison. Built in the times when the Scots hated us English a little bit more than they do right now. There it is. One of the Orbex POIs, I think. I don't think that's part of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Just watching the speed there. Climb a little bit. So I'm still hand flying it. Just see that first red line is more related to if we're on a single engine. It's kind of the max torque that we can put through it if we had one engine out. But it's also an indicator of the more worrying thing where you have a bit more too much power when you've got both engines in. So there we go. Okay, let's pop it onto autopilot. And just I'm not going to follow the course. I'm just going to put it on heading mode. So again, autopilot is in heading mode, but I'm using the cyclic cap switch on the cyclic stick. Obviously, cyclic cap switch, duh. That was aimed at me, by the way. Just using that to change the heading a little bit. So there we go, we're all good. All good, let's pop outside. It's such a shame the rotors don't turn on the other helicopters. Oh, it looks like the other H145 it is. Or is it? Hard to tell. Definitely not on the Huey, that's a shame. Catch up with the chats. I was watching one of your latest videos and I was interested to see you shut down fully, including batteries off. When did it feel when is that normal practice? Ethan, that's a brilliant question. I say it's a brilliant question because it's a question that I asked. And a real-world HEMS H145 UK pilot said yes. If they're going to be shutting down, waiting for the crew to go off and look at the patient and evaluate them and work on them, rather than it just being a simple picking someone up and going off, then they will shut the aircraft down. But that was a question that I had because I wasn't entirely sure, and luckily this guy who, as I say, was a real world pilot was watching, and he confirmed that they do. So I tend to do it if I feel that we're going to be down on the ground for a while, like we were back there at the Inverness Airport, Raigmore Hospital, because the crew are going off to do the paperwork and that sort of thing. You're not going to sit there on the helipad with the engine running, so that's why I closed it down. It just depends on the situation, really. When we did the search and rescue mission just before, instead of landing and shutting down somewhere, I just flew around a bit. But yeah, good question. I like it because I wondered the exact same thing. Yeah, I'm just quickly catching up the chat now. Avoid flying around DC. Yeah, I've not done that either. Northern Air, time to go and enjoy Sunday afternoon. Have a good one. Thanks for joining. Much appreciated, mate. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, you're right, Ethan. It's not. It doesn't take much to spool up the engine to get it going. I was just reading a book. I wish I could remember what it's called. It's written by an ex-RAF Sea King rescue pilot. I think it might be called Rescue Pilot, who flew Sea Kings out of Lossie and other places, but he was flying out of Lossie in I think it was the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, and they actually had a situation where they landed in poor weather, and then when they went to take off again, they had engine failure, and that was it. The helicopter had to be lifted and taken back. So there is always that feeling, I guess, when you shut the engines down that, by God, I hope they start again. But it's a modern helicopter. It's very easy to start the engines and to get things going. Sorry, Danny. I don't know of what you are referring to. Ethan, thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated, mate. Cheers, Sparky. Take care, my friend. Hope all is good with you. Don't work too hard. And I hope you've at least got tomorrow off. It's a bank holiday.
We will be first on scene.
Option to unload patient to the closest ambulance. Okay, I think I understand. So you're asking, I think you're asking if the function to offload the patient at the nearest ambulance is working for me. Simple answer to that is I don't know. It's not something I've done for a long time. I tend to go back to the hospital. But the last time I did it, which God was a while ago, it worked fine, but obviously there's been quite a few builds since then, so I'm not sure if there's an issue now. Are you having a problem with it, Danny? Sorry, my Italian isn't very good, otherwise I'd say something more Italian. Yes. Yeah, Guy, you're absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's taking the medical expertise and the critical care of the hospital to the patient in the field, rather than just grabbing the patient and, you know, yeeting them back to the hospital. Right, let's have autopilot off.
I set a possible hospital destination for our patient. Infos are available on tablet. We can confirm or change later.
Well done, chap. What a gorgeous evening it is. I wish I was up here. I love Scotland. I love this area. I was lucky enough to live at Lossiemouth in the 80s for a while, and that's why I fly up here. I'm a little bit obsessed, as anyone who knows the channel and watches will probably be aware, and they're probably already thinking, oh god, here he goes. Here he goes again, going on about how he used to live up here and how much he loves Scotland, blah blah blah. Mi dispiace, Danny. Glad you're off on Monday, Sparky, if you're still there. Go have some time off. So we're coming up on our destination. I'm glad that we've still got enough light.
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site.
We can operate at night. We've got a dirty great big searchlight on the front, but I haven't got it mapped to my... I've got another hat switch on the collective that I would normally have it mapped to. Right, so wind is coming from on the nose, quick recce. Looking to see what we can see. Can we see anything obvious? Let's come back round. To your lunch, lads. Don't worry. Well, at least we don't have to worry about somewhere to land around here. It's plenty of flat area. Well, I'm guessing that our patient is in those trees somewhere. So let's bring it in. Yeah, that's the quarry in the trees.
We are reasonably close.
It's incredible to think, when you think about it, that this is a free mod that has identified that that's a quarry and has given us a mission to rescue a patient in a quarry. And we're down. Okay. Off you go, chaps. Go for a run. Hop to. We're military after all.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations.
I know what we can do. Let's, I'll just check that that's going to idle. Winding down.
Helicopter in position. Rear crew, you are clear to start operations.
Yes. I have a feeling, because of that walk,
We need time for ground operations, please. Stand by.
there you go. So, we'll do the same thing as we did before. Get out of the way, you horrible menu bar, you. Off. Let's come back down here and I will do that trick again. Oh, that's already there, so that's fine. And now, if I go there, it won't kill the mission. There we go. So if you didn't see it before, because sometimes people do question it, you're in a field, why have you got ground power on? This is a trick in the sim to simulate the fact that in real life we'd have maybe a battery operated radio, or we'd have a phone that could keep us in touch with the ground ops, or there'd be a battery operated radio in the helicopter independent of the main battery. But we don't want to burn through the battery, we certainly don't want to burn fuel, so having that ground power switch there isn't meant to be ground power, but it's meant to be a way of simulating the fact that we've got a battery tied up so we can keep our mission radio running and we can keep connected to the mission. Right, let's go and have a look. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Here he is. So that's the crew working on the patient. He didn't sound good, does he? Don't you worry, you're in the hands of the Royal Air Force now. Yes, have faith. So, you know,
gearbox, low pressure.
No kidding. Like I was saying at the beginning, it's simulating time. So it's simulating the time it's going to take to work on the patient, to do what needs to be done. It's not, and I personally love that because this is what gives this so much immersion. You are not just flying A to B and then it triggers a message to say, you have rescued the patient, well done. You're actually sitting here. It's that hurry up and wait thing where you've flown here, you've landed, the medical guys now need to do what they need to do, and we're just sitting here waiting, and then we can get going again. And I have a huge amount of respect for people that do this in real life. Operating a helicopter is one thing, but operating a helicopter when you have someone's life at stake in the back, and keeping that focus on operating the helicopter safely and also how you're meant to, following ATC and all that sort of thing, which we're not doing today, while you've got someone in the back who is potentially dying. And again, have a look at that, search for ITV Rescue on YouTube, which is the old 202 Squadron Seeking series. It's very dated, but it really gives you a taste of you know, certainly what they were doing and what was involved in it, and also those situations where you know, it's pretty grim. You've got someone in the back who is not well at all, and yeah, huge amount of pressure. So I've got a lot of respect. I might lark around a bit and I might have a joke, but I have a huge amount of respect for the crews that do this in real life. Right, he's coming back now and he's going to grab, let me try the other way, there we go, he's going to grab the stretcher. There's the machine that goes ping, mounted on the wall. Off you go, sunshine. So yeah, right, quick catch up with the chat. Where did we get to? Oh, let me just lock this off and then I can move my head and you're not going to get seasick. There we go. Wow, okay, there's a lot here. Okay, Danny, so because the option unload patient in the closest ambulance option doesn't work very well. Okay, I'll do some testing on that off stream and see what it's doing. I've not I've not done it in a while, so could be something that I need to have a look at there. A lot of it was learnt in the back of Chinooks in the Middle East. Yeah, that's very true. Very true. And actually, when you think about it, it makes perfect sense. If you've got a helicopter, if you've got a doctor in the back of your helicopter and you've got the equipment, you can save that time working on the patient a lot sooner than if you're waiting for them to get back to hospital. And also, you're stabilizing them before they get into the helicopter as well, which is great. So yeah, Regmore, that's where I was hoping we were going to go, so we're going to accept that. In your opinion, when will the final version of SU2 be released? I've no idea, Danny. I've no idea. I'm not even doing the beta. I tend to wait. I'll be honest with you. I don't have a huge amount of time these days for flight simming, and I certainly don't have a lot of time to be messing about with betas and that sort of thing. So, when SU2 gets released, then that's I know as much as you do on that, really. Eventually managed to map a lot of my button switches to all the major switches, which is godsend. Yeah, James, huge godsend. It's amazing how easier life is made if you've got everything mapped up correctly. And getting this collective, this Virpal collective, made a massive change for me as well. I was talking about the searchlight before. I've not got it mapped, but having the searchlight mapped to a hat switch on the collective, so I can use the searchlight as well. Absolutely brilliant. Trying to click on the tablet and do it is very difficult when you're trying to fly. Give him morphine. Yes, I'm sure they have. By the sounds of it.
Patient on board. Take care.
Because I'm not hearing him moan now. I reckon they probably give him a good old dose of the morphine. Right. Can you look behind where the crew is, please?
Cabin secured, ready to fly.
I think I'm probably a bit late reading that, Danny, but that's where the crew are. Okay, so are you ready? Yes. Okay, what did we do? I can't remember what order we did these in before. Let's go battery on. We'll leave our lights there. That's all good. And let's go. I'm going to go 2-1.
Preparing for engine starting sequence. 2-1.
We always try and alternate them. And I wasn't paying attention, but I think we did 1-2. I think we did 2-1 to start. We did 1-2 last time at Inverness, so we'll do 2-1. Okay, he's not going to say anything, so we'll get going. While that's happening, let's do a bit of housekeeping. Check down there. What have we got in here? It is fine. Look up at the top again. Yeah. Look over here. It's a nice, pleasant, warm, fuzzy feeling when you see that your oil pressure is good.
Engine started successfully. Moving to other engine.
Oh, Aiden, stop. You've been having too many snacks.
Engine clear.
Sugar will do you. Okay, let's have engine 1. Oh yeah, James, you're absolutely right. In VR, I need to get my VR. I've got VR, I've got a Valve Index, but I've not used it in about a year and a half, and I need to get it all set up.
All engines started successfully.
Because flying this H145 in VR is insane. It's immersion off the charts.
Hold on, performing leak checks.
Because it's a cockpit that does feel very real. I'll leave these yours. Have some of that. Boom. Boom. Some lights in the back. That's all good. That's fine. He's going round there. Let's have that. Let's have that. Let's have you. He's getting back in. Get ready to turn that off. All good?
Okay, all good.
Thank you.
TOS system test okay.
He's a good chap, really. He had lousy attitude to start off with. Very surly, weren't you? Never really spoke much. But these days, his attitude towards crew cohesion is a lot better. Right, okay, let's have engines to fly. Look over there, it's all winding up well. Quick look up at top. Yep. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to pop the landing light on. Again, I need to map that to switch. I'm going to put that on so it's getting a little bit dark, and we might want it when we get to Inverness, and I don't want to be reaching up there trying to switch it on while we're flying. Right, we're good to go. Okay, quick look around. So we've got Huey to the right, we've got trees to the front, we've got an H145 to the left. Where's the Vond? I'm sure that wind has swung around a bit. What is the wind? 8 knots. So get out of the way of him. He's going to do his best to try and crash into me with the looks of it. Let's turn into wind, get the nose down. Watch out for the big wind turbine there.
VTOS.
Now, this is a good chance to show you something. Can you see how the route on the map
VY.
is now white, it's not blue? And if you remember at the beginning I had to cycle the GTN. If you, I don't know if it's the same with the PMS GTN, but with the TDS GTN XI, sometimes if that route is white, it means that things aren't just connected up quite well. So you need to cycle the GTN, and now you can see that's blue, so that's loaded in nicely. Quick look down here, yeah, that's good, so I can see that's loaded in. And now we can pop it onto autopilot. I can couple to there. I will do a quick check. Didn't mean to do that, I just knocked the switch. There we go. Right, what the hell was I doing? That. So, MSFS. There we go. Just need to check that as well, because I need to. The mission uses MSFS, or sorry, the helicopter will use MSFS as the navigation source when you're flying the mission, not the GTM. So you've got to remember to do that. Let's go back there. How is our patient doing? Medical diagnostic page. So, Griffin Davis is a 25 years old male. Quarry accident with injured worker. Status upon medical arrival responsive. He's code 2. Code 2 is immediate risk of serious injury, so that's not great. He's got a life score of 61, which isn't too bad. Heart rate 82 BPM, and his oxygen is 98.9. So he is doing all right, really, in the grand scheme of things. He's doing all right, and he's going to get a lovely little flight in a helicopter. Be able to tell his mates all about it. We got 11 minutes to the hospital. Just leant forward then and knocked the stick. Quick catch up the chat. Any thoughts on what Taug's secret project is? I'm hoping it's the Gazelle. I don't know, Guy. I did hear of something, but I can't, it's not coming to mind now. I don't think it was a Gazelle. I would love a Gazelle. I would love a Gazelle. I tend to fly the Llama, which is the closest to a Gazelle I can get at the moment. But yeah, I'd love to have a Gazelle.
500.
Aidan, I noticed that. That's revenge for last time when you clipped that bit where I what did I do? I changed the view to drone view, didn't I, while it was flying? And of course in drone view you lose control of the helicopter, and I went banging into the side of a mountain. And Aidan clipped it and posted it in the Discord. Talking of which, rigs. That's the link to the Discord if anyone's interested. There's the rigs. Again, it's another good thing about flying helicopters up round here is that you know, you've got plenty of really nice, interesting places to fly around scenery-wise, but also, you know, if you want to practice your rig landing, you've got a couple of rigs there that have got helipads on them. Beautiful evening. Look at that Huey sailing over the port there. Gorgeous. Right, quickly catching up with this one because I've not had a chance to look at it yet. Guy, I don't know if you. I think you're still here. I'm sure you're still here. When did 588 get painted up as Marine 1? Was it fairly recently? Sorry, just replying to someone in the Discord. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't work when you did it before, Guy. I know I saw you type to the Discord, exclamation mark Discord, but it didn't seem to link it. But I don't know why. Maybe because it was part of a sentence. Maybe you just have to type it on its own. I don't know. 2022. Okay. Gonna say, I'm sure someone posted there were a couple of pictures on Instagram recently of back in 202 colours. That's why I was a bit confused. I don't think it has, Martin. I don't think it has. I must admit I've not been paying a huge amount of attention to the Aeroplane Heaven Lancaster, so I don't know if there's been any further news in terms of when it might be released, but I'm pretty sure it's not been released yet. If it has, it's certainly passed me by. It's Fort St George again. Fort St George. Fort St George. Where did you get that from? It's Fort George. Fort St George. I'm making it up as I go along there. There you go. Flew over before. Well, it's a good few years ago now. Blimey. How long ago is it now? Probably about 12, 13 years ago. I came at the end of this promontory here. There's a lighthouse, which I don't think is in the sim. And you can go and stand there and you can watch the dolphins. It's absolutely spectacular. Incredible to watch. You just have to time it right with the tides. I'm glad she's back in 202. 202 is good. Stay in 202. Oh, that might be a lighthouse. Yeah, that does look like that might actually be a lighthouse now. It is only a small one. So it looks like they put that in the sim. I'm tempted to go down and have a look, but we won't do it. What's the time? 20 past 9. 4 minutes to run. That's worked out quite nicely. There's the Huey. Such a shame the rotors are still. That would look amazing if the rotors are turning. Hopefully with SU2 things like that might get fixed. Huey is great fun. So wind is behind us. Where we are now it's 5 knots, so nothing much. So it's going to be a similar approach to what we did before. Sometimes the wind speed does change, the wind direction and speed does change. I've been caught out here before, actually it changes with levels as well. I've done an approach to Raigmore and then about 100 feet off the ground the wind direction has suddenly changed because the layer kind of caught me by surprise. Two minutes, lads, 2 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll land at Raigmore and then I'll close it down and we'll end the stream there, I think. We'll be very patient. There's Loch Ness. Okay, so I'm going to take it off autopilot now. So, hand on the stick, and on the collective, and boof. Start slight descent.
2 nautical miles from the hospital.
Trim on and start losing some speed. Yeah, we do, Guy. I'd love to do this in the Sea King. Right, there's the helipad. Wind is behind us, so I'm just going to come over to the left. Keep
Rear
that
crew, we are approaching the landing site.
Keep that gentle descent in. We're going to kill the tablet now to give me better visibility.
500.
Watching the speed, watching the rate of descent. There, and then there's another one over there somewhere. It's actually, talking about VR, it's actually a lot more intuitive and easier to fly in VR, simply because your spatial awareness is so much better than flying looking at a screen, even with head tracking. Just that sense of being in the cockpit that you get from VR, apart from it being an incredibly immersive experience, you have so much better control over the helicopter. So this is the moment that's meditation. Well, it is if you're not yakking on the stream. I love this bit. So you're just focused. Visibility on the pad, but I can just see the edge of it. Conscious that I don't want to hit that building. Just keep the rate of descent in.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations. Perfect landing. Wow.
Okay, let's pull out the tablet again. Have a look over here. We can kill the landing light now. We're not going to need that because we're heading off to the cafeteria for a burger and a cup of tea. I think we've earned it.
Helicopter in position. Rear crew, you are clear to start operations.
There they go. Where's he gone? There he is. Cheers, lads. There we go. That's him sorted out.
Patient has been deported to the hospital. And is safe.
Excellent. Good to know. Good to know. Standby battery off. DC reception off. Leave that there. Quick look down here. Right, we're going to skip paperwork. As I said before, if you really want to, at this point, you probably could run and make a cup of tea. I could carry on doing this for hours, if I'm honest. What on earth? Wow. It's different.
Cabin secured, ready to fly.
So we'll end mission. Just checking we've still got that is still in, so we can turn the battery off. Just make sure they're off for the next one. Submit report. There we go. Tea and medals all round. What can I say? Submit report. Submit it. There we go. So, there you go. So, what's that? An hour and a half. It was an hour and a half, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. And no, it was 2.5 hours. Good God. That was a lot longer than I expected. Sorry about the bonanza. I've no idea what that's about. But yeah. Welcome to the wonderful world of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Anyway, it's been an absolute joy having you along. I hope you've enjoyed it. I love doing these kind of streams. I don't do them often enough. I sometimes feel it's a little bit like, well, how much fun is it actually just watching some idiot do this kind of stuff? But it's great fun flying them and chatting with you guys. Yeah, much appreciated that you've come along. And if you haven't been in the Discord, have a look at the link, and there'll be a link down below in the show notes as well. But yeah, be good to say hello to you. And anyway, look, enough of my waffling. I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.